the pack. He's alongside Joel Pons, who's still looking for his first point here in Rookies Cup.
And Brian Iriarte, yesterday's running down in 4th place, just ahead of Moodley. But it's Salmela who takes the lead. 96 before you flick it left here, back to 3rd gear, and then through this right-hander. There's 2 fast sections. That was the quickest.
Could this be the place that he turns it around?
And Brian Iriarte, you can see him there in 3rd place, the middle of your screen. He has seen that Marco Morelli has jumped ahead now. He's opened up a couple of bike lengths lead. He doesn't want to see the Argentine.
The fact that Morelli is off like a scalded cat there, a good few bike lengths back to Iriarte. As you say, he knows he can't let the Argentinian get away. He was sensational to take the first victory.
You know, a couple of bike lengths lead from Moodley, but no one got that 4 or 5 bike length. And Brian Iriarte and Carpe & Co are determined to get back on his tail. Let's see if they can slipstream him down the 51 of Brian Iriarte. Brilliant stuff. Those onboard camera shots are absolutely superb. Oh, you can see that's the back end of Carpe. And there is Mark. A bit of skill and a bit of luck, he admitted. Right, you're on looking back now at the 51 of Brian Iriarte. Brilliant stuff.
Close in on him there at Holgerheide, one of the fastest sections of track that we visit on the entire Rookies Cup calendar. They've certainly caught him back up now, Morelli. I think his ambition of getting away from it all was pretty short-lived. I absolutely love watching the difference in riding styles for both Alvaro Carpe and Marco Morelli. Morelli's so old school almost. You could put him on a 250cc.
It's just stringing out a little bit in a different way to it. This is really, Morelli has stretched things, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And at the moment it's a sort of a top 6 Moodley, and the end of that top 6 they've got away from Hakim Danish of Vadim Patama.
I think I've got a reason why that is, Peter. Yesterday's pace was relatively slow in
Right, that's right, and it's something that Brian Iriarte said. He said he was very comfortable at that pace. He thought he could run quicker if he had passed Alvaro Carpe, who was the major leader yesterday, but he said he didn't really want to show them. Oh, is the major leader yesterday, but he said he didn't really want to show them. Oh, and somebody's off in the dirt.
Oh, that's Guillaume Plonk in the background, number 24. Yeah, doing the big. Don't want a big group following all around and mucking up their ambitions for race-winning glory. So here they are drilling the pace.
Yeah, and Moodley is at the back of that group there, and just he can do it. He's really he's lost the slipstream that far back. This is the 2nd place group, and it's led by Hakim Danish, the Malaysian, on the number 13.
Oh, that was Vadim Patama cutting off. Not just a pretty face, me sometimes.
Right. And it's Argentina that leads 1 and 2, Morelli and Peroni.
This is really, but tyre wear will be a factor in this race.
Yeah, and we just seen Daniel get a track limits warning. And as you say, you know, the pace is hotter. The riders can pull off if they see the engine temperature is rising. And I think that's what one of them did. Didn't see who it was, but in this lead pack, somebody did that just a few corners ago.
And of course,
and I think that's what one of them did. Didn't see who it was, but in this lead pack, somebody did that just a few corners ago.
And of course, before we had the introduction of the new Pirelli tyres, we had previously seen in Rookies Cup races a bit of a...
And I think Rouchet is hanging on that. He's got back with that group. I feared he might be dropping off the back of them, but he's right there on the number 11 machine in 6th place.
Oh, it's only a couple of thousandths of a second slower than Carpe's time, but actually Salmela, he was 2nd on the grid with the 144.2, so that's a couple of tenths quicker than he even put in qualifying. Goes to show Rookies Cup riders learning all the
top 6 guys, the top runners, and nobody talked about tyre degradation in the race yesterday. As we say, the pace is hotter now. I just wonder how it's going to shape out.
Got a battle for the final point between Guillaume Plonk and...
There is still the leader, and he's pretty much led all the way, hasn't he, Morelli? He really, you know, he got away, but he's been unable to hold that advantage. He is now being slipstreamed by Carpe. Hold that advantage. He is now being slipstreamed by Carpe, Peroni, Rico, Salmela, Iriarte and Moodley.
You know, Rouchet Moodley was speaking to TNT Sport. Here we go then. So, Rouchet Moodley and Brian Iriarte just at the back of this group then, as we were looking at that replay, something must have happened there, that they've been fallen back somewhat into the pack. Yeah, you would certainly think so, wouldn't you? But that's quite a big gap that's opened up between Sam Miller and Uriarte and Ruche Moodley there. But this circuit's so much about flow, isn't it? I mean, especially this part of the corner. The lap times are starting to come to get a bit slower now, aren't they? A bit of tyre degradation, perhaps. They have broken that previous group.
Pirelli, who has the advantage. Carpe, Peroni, Salmela happy enough to follow him more or less.
And I think it says a lot. The last time around, Morelli was actually the fastest. I will be loving to speak to them after him, who's just absolutely pounding it out there and just basically saying, lads, if you want to win that race, you got to live with me because I'm going for it from the get.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? So right.
First race in Le Mans, first race in Mugello. If Morelli were to win today, he would join them as a two-time winner so far this season.
That's right.
Same goes for Carpe and Peroni, mind you.
5 up. I mean, you know absolutely that looking back at Moodley and Uriarte, there's no way they are holding anything reserve. If they can't keep in terms with this leading.
Memulai balapan dari posisi ke-7, pembalap 15 tahun itu selalu meramaikan posisi 4 besar pada 2 lap pertama bersama 3 pembalap Spanyol Álvaro Carpe, Máximo Quiles, dan Brian Uriarte. Dengan sesekali ia mencicipi posisi kedua. Ia lalu turun ke posisi ke-7 pada lap 4. Namun, 1 lap setelahnya ia kembali ke posisi 4 besar di bawah Carpe, Quiles, dan Uriarte yang saling berebut posisi pertama. Meski terus kehilangan posisi teratas, tapi Veda terus menjaga jarak dan berada pada rombongan pembalap terdepan. Sampai kemudian ia kembali memimpin balapan pada lap ke-12. Sayangnya, saat memasuki tikungan pertama pada lap terakhir, ia yang saat itu memimpin terlibat senggolan dengan rombongan pembalap yang saling memacu gasnya pada balapan yang menyisakan 1 lap. Veda lalu melebar dan terlempar ke posisi 10. Beruntungnya, ia kembali bangkit dan berhasil menyelesaikan balapan pada posisi kelima dengan jarak 0,360 detik dari sang pemenang Quiles yang memenangi balapan sangat tipis 0,004 detik dari Uriarte di posisi kedua. Pembalap muda asal Indonesia, Veda Ega Pratama sukses tampil gemilang di seri Red Rookie Cup 2024 dengan berhasil bersaing di baris depan. Dalam beberapa seri balapan yang telah terselenggara, Veda Ega Pratama sukses mencatatkan posisi pertama dan 5 besar pada race Red Bull Rookie Cup 2024. Pembalap berusia 15 tahun itu sejatinya melakukan start dengan sangat baik. Start dari posisi ke-7, Veda Ega langsung memimpin di baris terdepan. Namun, Kampiun Asia Talent Cup 2023 ini terdorong ke posisi 9 dalam adu akselerasi menuju tikungan pertama pada lap kedua balapan selama 13 putaran ini. Peluang belum habis karena Veda masih berada dalam grup pembalap terdepan. Veda naik ke posisi ke-6 pada awal lap ketiga walau tidak bertahan lama. Veda turun ke posisi 9 karena mengambil jalur lomba yang lebih lebar pada lap keempat.